welcome once again to another edition of Quoth, Raven and Lewis Bright Raven. I'm your host, Lewis Bright Raven. It is Friday, March 4th, 2022. It is a Friday or weekend movie night, and that means, as always, or at least most of the time, my co-host is with me today, Mr. John Norris.
Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well.
Well, we had an interesting week this week, didn't we?
Oh, yes.
Well, I got these movies for Christmas. They were DVDs that my dad got me at like $2-3 a DVD. And, he doesn't know what to get. He just they're science fiction. You like science fiction, here you go. I didn't know what to expect. I knew they were, low budget, B grade type DVD movies, but, let's just get into it, I guess.
Yes.
Our first film tonight is Portals from 2019. It is not rated. Directed by Greg Hale, Liam O'Donnell, Eduardo Sanchez, and Timo Tajanto. I guess I hope I didn't slaughter that too badly. Written by Sebastian Bendix, Liam O'Donnell, Timo Tajanto, and Christopher White. Produced by Ben Collins, Hasraf Dalil, Connor McAdam, Michael D. Messina, Jamie Nash, Seth Needle, Tom and Luke Peterowski, Christopher White, and Jason Zada. Whew, lots of producers. Starring Deanna Russo, Potomny Slocum, Neil Hopkins, Salvita Del Corte, Gretchen Lodge, Keith Hudson, Natasha Gott, Danielle Lewis, and Paul McCarthy Bovington. The production companies were bloody disgusting. Yes, they were.
Very aptly named.
Boulder Light Pictures and Pig Rat Productions. Yeah, well, that's probably why it was bloody disgusting, because they were teamed up with Pig Rat Productions. The distributors were Screen Media Films and Level Film. And there was a running time of 1 hour and 25 minutes or 1 hour and 28 minutes, depending on which version you happen to be watching. I think I got the hour 25, but I don't think the 3-minute extra is really going to make much difference in this film. The release date was October 25th, 2019. And what it's about, well, what it's about is this is 3 movies merged into one production, which is why there are so many directors, writers, and producers listed in this film. After a series of worldwide blackouts, millions of mysterious door-like cosmic anomalies appear on Earth. While many people flee from them, the real terror sets in when others are drawn into these mysterious voids. We get to watch as these 3 stories unfold and are meant to interconnect with one another to reach some sort of climax of the story. And, well,
Yeah.
As one might expect, when you're told it's effectively 3 stories thrown together into one production, this is a mess of a movie. The concept of the film is interesting, though. It is a combination of an alien invasion, zombie apocalypse, and it tries to also throw in the philosophical nature of films like 2001 and 2010. The problem is there just isn't enough time to give any of these 3 aspects the full exploration that they would rightfully deserve to make this film work. I don't know about you, but I love the idea to other worlds and dimensions. And I think this would have made a hell of a TV series concept for an intro to a show like Outer Limits or Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, they're trying to make it a sci-fi horror version of Creepshow. I don't know if you guys remember the film Creepshow from 1982. It is a great film, but keep in mind that that film is at least 2 hours. You're giving me 40 minutes less film here. 40 minutes that, had it been written and shot effectively, could have raised the bar on this film by 1,000%. That being said, the cast is fine. There's nothing. I don't think there was any really bad acting. Do you, John?
No, that's reserved for the other film.
Okay. The cinematography is fine. I think even the music on this one was okay. But somebody needed to bring this story into focus and not have so many cooks in the kitchen, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops, something got messed up here. What's missing? Ah, there we go. Our rating, I gave it 2 stars, and well, you only gave it 1.5. How come you only gave it 1.5?
Well, I mean, I think, like you said, I think it was a good concept. It was just very poorly executed, and I don't know. I just found it to be a mess.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, there's 3 stories going on, and I think if they had just gotten rid of the zombie apocalypse part and just had an alien invasion story, and the portals were, the other dimension to the aliens invading, I think it might have worked. But when they started putting in this weird zombie apocalypse stuff on top of it, there just wasn't enough there to explain what the heck was going on.
And if the stories were meant to connect to each other,
you didn't see it.
It was lost on me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. I totally understand. It's okay. Alrighty, folks. This is because these are so. I won't say they're. We've seen worse films. I mean, we even reviewed one recently in the horror genre. One about the haunted house.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's all kind of the same.
That's so bad we don't even remember its name.
Yes, but we'll go ahead and go on to the next one.
Oh boy.
That is the DAWNSEEKER from 2018. This is written and directed by Jamal Burton as Justin Price. It's produced by Jamal Burton as Justin Price. He can't even put his actual real name on it. He's got to have a different name on it, I guess. It's also produced by Deanna Grace Congo, Koo, which is Jamal's girlfriend or wife, and Lisa May. It stars Audrey Rode, Koo, Alexander Kane, Jason Skeen, Alex Giaffredo, and Linton Jackson. And in fact, many of these people that are starring are also the set designers, the costumers, everything. I mean, they do everything. It's a very small just wow. Okay. The production companies are Picture Zero, or as I like to call it, Pikachu Zero. The distributors were Uncorked Entertainment. It should have stayed corked. And that's internationally, and Amazing DC in Japan. The release date in the U.S. was August 16, 2018, and June 4th, 2019 in Japan. It has a running time of 1 hour and 21 minutes. It is a genre of science fiction. It is not rated. And if it were rated, it would be rated, I don't know what, but Z for just...
Yeah.
Anyway, I think there's a lot of false representation on this disc box set cover. The ship that you see in the top right corner is actually lifted from StarCraft, the video game.
Huh.
And then, of course, A New Breed of Predator kind of hints that this is going to be something akin to a Predator-type film, which, we understand this is a B-C grade movie. It's not going to be on the same level of production as Arnie's, but we kind of want something, and we didn't get it here. I'll go ahead and let you read what it's about.
So, in the year 2245, the Earth's sun is about to go nova and wipe out humanity. A mercenary team of 5 individuals is sent to an uncharted planet to collect the mineral stardust, which will be used to revive the dying sun and save Earth. However, their spaceship also has a DAWNSEEKER aboard, an alien killer of humans that escapes upon reaching their destination. After their spaceship crashes on the alien planet, they are stalked and hunted by the alien creature. Can they find a way to defeat this creature and collect the needed materials and get back to Earth in time?
And here's what we thought. This is even worse than Portals. At least that movie, Portals, is a mess because they're trying to do too much in too little of a time frame and have multiple stories going on. This film, however, is just an incredibly bad story. Okay, so in 220 years, our sun is going to die off. Don't you think that scientists today would have some prior warning and tell us of this already? They're telling us that it'll be thousands, if not tens of thousands of years before our sun goes out. So yeah, you're a little bit off there on your timeline. And it'll expand into a red giant sun, and the Earth would get consumed anyway. It wouldn't be that the Earth would or the sun would die out in that regard. I'm all for mindless, cheesy popcorn flicks, but when you're writing anything, whether it be a novel, a movie, a video game, whatever, you kind of have to actually know what you're writing about so that your product doesn't come across as completely stupid. But then it even gets worse. It gets more hilariously foolish. The DAWNSEEKER opens with some voiceover garbage about the strongest humans being forced to fight in distant galaxies to collect this precious stardust, which, what does stardust have to do with putting together a sun again? I don't know. But anyway, we follow an unknown woman who seems to have some sort of special security clearance as she beats up a few guys. But that's quickly rendered pointless by the next sequence on the spaceship, where we learn that her name is Phoenix and that she's part of this team that are going to go collect stardust, which will somehow prevent Earth from dying. Unfortunately, this means they're going up against creatures called DAWNSEEKERs. Now, here's the thing. Notice I said in the description that the DAWNSEEKER was on their ship. It's not. But that's how they describe it on the box. They don't even have the damn definition of the storyline of the box right. Oh, boy. But anyway, they have this secret weapon, which is their monster that they have captured. They've captured this alien creature that they're going to use. They plan to use it to go hunt the DAWNSEEKERs and get them out of the way so they can go get stardust. As you always would do, right?
Right.
I mean, you know, but here's the question. If they've already captured it and rendered it, in containment, is it really that much of a threat to them that he's going to stalk them and kill them all? I mean, I understand why the creature would do that. You captured me. I'm going to kill you. But is he really that much of a threat? That you kind of wonder.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, the story is a bit vague, but at least it makes a minimal amount of sense. They have a task, and they're setting out to accomplish it. But then things start to go off the rails. Keep in mind that at this point, we're about 15 minutes into the movie. And the only reason we know anyone's name in the film is because they're now wearing uniforms with their names affixed to them. Suddenly, for no discernible reason, the ship suffers an emergency and Phoenix takes an escape pod. Or is it an escape pod or is it a mini ship?
I'm kind of thinking a mini ship.
Okay, you think it's a mini ship. Okay. Anyway, she blasts off and lands on the planet Omia Prime. Here she meets up with her crewmates. What did they do? Did they take other ships? Did they take other pods? How did they get down there? Anyway, and they embark on a quest to collect the stardust, avoid the locals, which are those creatures that are actually the DAWNSEEKERs, survive the threat of the DAWNSEEKERs, and return home again. Only most of that turns out to be revised as we go along, until by the end of the movie, they're attempting to travel through a ripple in space-time caught between realms of two different dimensions, called a space arc, in order to save the sun in the other dimension and somehow pull Earth along through this dimension to be with the other son. No, folks, we are not joking.
No, we're not.
And you're like, what in the world is this? What's going on here? Worse is, believe it or not, this is supposed to be a sequel movie. There's another film came before it called Alien Region of Man, or Alien Reign of Man, rather, which is something that you only find out in the interview with the writer-director and the extra goodies on the disc.
Mm-hmm.
There's no mention of that in the description of the movie, and no press release materials with the film, nothing. Now, not that either one of us is going to go by looking for that gem anytime soon, in the false hopes that that might make this film make any damn sense. But it is funny that these characters are now in their second film, because none of them seems smart enough to be surviving what the hell's going on around them to begin with. Or am I wrong to think about that? Hey, Pop Culture Avenger's in the room. We haven't seen him in a while. How you doing?
No, you are not wrong.
The cast is about as good as what you might find at a grade school recital.
Yep.
John here has directed and has even given better performances in his community theater shows.
Well, thank you.
I'm sorry, but I realize that they're trying to do everything, but their budget on this mess is so bad. It's like all the budget for this film went into whatever computer graphics they made for this.
And even those weren't very good.
No, they weren't. So after watching this in Portals, I do have to wonder, since my dad got these at Walmart, does Walmart get paid to actually carry and sell this crap on their DVD racks? Surely they don't pay these filmmakers for this stuff. I begin to think that sometimes some of these people are paying Walmart, please carry our shows. Because they're just so bad. But, you know, these are prime for the Mystery Science 3K type.
Oh, I bet they would have a field day with these movies.
You know, and that's kind of what. So if you want to have a fun laugh, and you know, we recommend that you buy some booze, get some popcorn, and play the drinking game of whatever you want to think of, because they will come up with enough that you will get completely smashed, no matter what they do. And you know, it's a laugh fest, is what these are. You know, you can't take them seriously at all. But the sad part is you kind of wanted to, you know. So, you know, but if you go into them thinking, you know, this is going to be, you know, a laughable, fun mess to just, you know, poke fun at, you probably enjoy them a little bit better than we did. That being said, we both gave this film 1 star, and in John's case, he said that was generous.
And okay, understand, folks. I always, like, anytime I watch a movie, I always try to find something worthwhile about it, you know? And sometimes I have to stretch a bit, but in these cases, and especially with the Dawnseeker, I just couldn't. Like, you know, I mean, even though the characters were literally wearing their names on their costumes, I didn't remember anybody's name. It was like I felt I never got to know the characters. I was always going, what the heck is going on here? And it got to a point where I just didn't care anymore.
Yeah. This is one of those things where he would have walked up about maybe 40 minutes into the movie and said, give me my money back if this was a theater film, I think. But, you know, it is what it is. But that being said, it's kind of a short one for us this week because we just didn't expect it to be quite this silly.
Yes.
We knew they were going to be B films. We didn't expect them to be Z films, and that's what these were. They were just that kind of, just really, really cheesy. But that kind of clears us up for tonight, unfortunately, in a way, because we normally have a little bit longer film episodes on Friday nights. But next week, we'll make up for it. And we're going to get some... we're going to go back to anime night. And we're going to return to the wonderfully weird and wild world of anime. And we're going to talk about Paprika, which I just love this. This is your brain on anime. And the classic Studio Ghibli film,
Yes.
Princess Mononoke. So, at least we'll definitely be making up for it next week.
Yes.
That being said, I will not be on for Sunday for live draw like I planned. I've actually talked with Ted Davies about that piece I did last week, and I'm not happy with it, so I'm going to start over with it and do a completely different piece when I get ready for it. And next time I do the live draw will be Grim 101, and I'll be redrawing that piece. And then next week, probably Tuesday sometime, will be the next time I do reviews. But next time you guys see me, I'll be 50 because Sunday I turn 50. So that'll be... I'm halfway there or more. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to live to be 100, the way I feel. Pop Culture says Studio Ghibli is good stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
And so, like I said, we're trying to make up for it next week, folks. And, but we're definitely glad to see Pop Culture. We haven't seen him in a while. Hope everything is doing well with you. Because he's been away for a while, and I know he said he had some personal stuff going on he was dealing with. So I hope all is well. We'll talk a little bit more later privately, I guess. But until then, I guess we'll see you guys on Tuesday. But so. Yeah, it's going to do that, of course. But if you like this video or you think others might, please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons to continue to get content from this channel. As always, both I and John thank you for your support. We'll see you next time. If you want to contact me, Facebook, Lewis.BrightRaven, on Twitter at LewisBrightRave2. You can find some of my artwork at deviantart.com/BrightRaven. You've been watching Quoth the Raven, Lewis Bright-Raven, exclusively on YouTube. If you have questions, comments, you want to query me about commissioning some artwork, Quoth the Raven LBR72@gmail.com is the address to try. And if not, get back to you within a day or two, try LewisBrightRaven@yahoo.com. And you can reach John at Grey Figaro, GreyFigaro @hotmail.com.
And I am on Facebook too.
Yes, he is on Facebook at what is it? Just straight up John Norris.
John Norris.
Okay. So there you go, folks. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.